Cultural Magic, Chapter 2. Some people choose magic, others are born carrying it. In the first chapter, we explored magic born from necessity, spells created to adapt, to survive, to endure pressure. This chapter is different. Here, magic is not something you discover, it is something that follows you. The races we examine now are shaped by forces larger than themselves: divine light, elemental blood, ancestral weight, and the judgment of the world around them. Drow raised in shadow where survival demands coordination. Aasimar, burdened with holiness mistaken for blessing. Genasi, carrying raw elements in their blood. Goliaths, measured constantly against the mountain. Furbolgs, who erase themselves to protect the wild. And Loxodons, whose presence alone reshapes the space they enter. For these peoples, magic is not freedom, it is responsibility. Drow, umbral benediction. In the Underdark, light does not save you. Drow magic evolved in a world where visibility meant death. Survival favored coordination over individual strength, and hesitation was often fatal. The 5th edition spell mechanics are as follows. It's a 2nd level necromancy spell. Its casting time is 1 action with a range of 30 feet. It has verbal and somatic components. Its duration lasts up to a minute. The effect. Choose up to 3 creatures you can see within range. While a chosen creature is in dim light or darkness, the first attack it makes on each of its turns has advantage. If that attack hits, it deals extra necrotic damage equal to your proficiency bonus. The effect ends for that creature if it starts its turn in bright light. Umbral Benediction was created by Cesara Nightvale, a drow priestess active during an extended infernal purge where titles and champions died first. Sara observed that small, disciplined groups survived longer than lone heroes, provided they acted decisively and together. She reframed darkness from concealment into permission. After the purge ended, Cesara erased her name from the temple records and vanished into the Underdark. The spell remained, shared quietly rather than taught openly. Aasimar, Radiant Burden. Divinity does not lift you up. Aasimar magic is often mistaken for protection. In truth, it is transfer, pain redirected rather than erased. The 5th edition spell mechanics are as follows. It is a 2nd level abjuration spell. Its casting time is 1 reaction, taken when a creature within 30 feet takes damage. It has a range of 30 feet with verbal components. Its duration is instantaneous. The effect. Reduce the triggering damage by 2d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. You then take radiant damage equal to half the amount reduced, rounded down. This damage cannot be reduced or prevented. Radiant Burden was created by Eliandor the Willing, an Aasimar battlefield medic who served in a war where Aasimar resilience was treated as a tactical resource. Commanders relied on divine blood to absorb losses rather than prevent them. Eliandor's spell did not remove suffering, it redistributed it deliberately. After the war, Aasimar's orders restricted the spell and reclassified it as a spiritual discipline. Eliandor died quietly years later. The spell continues to be taught with caution. Erganasi, Sky Unmoored. The sky was never meant to be owned. Erganasi magic rejects restraint. It treats motion as safety and hesitation as danger. The 5th edition spell mechanics are as follows. It is a 2nd level transmutation spell with a casting time of 1 bonus action, a range of self, verbal and somatic components, and a duration of 1 minute. The effect is you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed. If the spell ends while you are airborne, you descend safely at 60 feet per round, taking no falling damage. Sky Unmoored was created by Zephyra Cloudborn, an Aragonasi courier raised among cliffside settlements where broken bridges and sheer drops were common. Zephyra sought a way to survive failed crossings, not to dominate the air, but to keep moving. The spell severs gravity's claim without conquering the sky. Zephyra's first successful casting occurred when she stepped forward instead of stopping. She delivered her message. She never returned. Aragonasi teach the spell as release, not control. Fire Ganassi. Cinderheart Pulse. Fire does not ask permission. Fire Ganassi magic is emotional before it is controlled. Suppression builds pressure, and pressure eventually releases. The 5th edition spell mechanics are as follows. It is a 2nd level evocation spell with a casting time of 1 action, a range of self and a 10-foot radius, verbal and somatic components. The duration is instantaneous. The effect. Each creature of your choice within range must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failure, a creature takes 3d8 fire damage and unattended flammable objects ignite. On a success, the creature takes half damage. You are immune to the damage from this spell. Cinderheart Pulse was created by Ashric of the Ember Wake, a Fire Ganassi agitator who believed emotional suppression caused more destruction than flame ever could. Ashric rejected controlling spellcasting in favor of release. The spell first manifested during a riot intended to be peaceful. It was not. Ashric survived the fire, but was exiled soon after. Fire Ganassi continued to debate whether the spell represents honest expression, or a failure to restrain it. Water Ganassi. Tide-locked Veil. Water does not resist. Water Ganassi magic favors misdirection over confrontation, and endurance over dominance. The 5th edition spell mechanics are as follows. This is a 2nd level illusion spell with a casting time of 1 action, a range of self, verbal and somatic components, and a duration of 10 minutes. The effect is while underwater, in rainfall, fog, mist, or within 5 feet of a body of water, you are heavily obscured, you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks, and creatures have disadvantage on perception checks made to see you. Tide-locked Veil was created by Mural Deepcurrent, a coastal sentinel tasked with defending villages that could not afford walls. Mural learned early that visibility invited violence. The spell allowed her to misdirect raiders, guide evacuations, and ensure attacks struck empty shorelines. Mural vanished during a storm so severe that survivors could not tell sea from sky. Earth Ganassi. Bedrock Grasp. The earth does not chase you. Earth Ganassi magic is immovable and final. It does not hurry. The 5th edition spell mechanics are as follows. This is a 2nd level transmutation spell with a casting time of 1 action, a range of 30 feet, verbal and somatic components. Its duration is concentration, up to 1 minute. The effect is 1 creature standing on the ground must make a strength saving throw. On a failure, the creature's speed becomes 0 and it has disadvantage on strength and dexterity saving throws. At the end of each of its turns, the creature may repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on a success. Bedrock Grasp was created by Dolrin Stoneward, an Earth Ganassi guardian stationed at a narrow mountain pass. Dolrin believed retreat was a failure of patience. The spell was first used on an advancing war leader, then the road itself. The invasion ended not because the enemy was destroyed, but because it could no longer move forward. Goliath. Summit's Defiance. The mountain does not care how you feel. Goliath magic values endurance over victory. Strength is measured by how long you can stand when no one is coming to help. The 5th edition spell mechanics are as follows. It is a 2nd level abjuration spell with a casting time of 1 bonus action, a range of self, and verbal components. Its duration is 1 minute. The effect is while at least 2 hostile creatures are within 10 feet of you, at the start of each of your turns you gain temporary hit points equal to twice your proficiency bonus. You have advantage on strength saving throws, and you cannot be knocked prone unless you are incapacitated. Summit's Defiance was created by Kor Peak Endurer, a Goliath tasked with holding a mountain pass during a whiteout siege. Reinforcements never came and retreat was impossible. Kor stood alone until the storm broke. The pass was never crossed. Among Goliaths, the spell is taught only after a solitary ascent. Firbolg, Verdant Oblivion. To protect the forest, sometimes you must disappear. Firbolg magic favors absence over confrontation and silence over violence. The 5th edition spell mechanics are as follows. It is a 2nd level enchantment spell, with a casting time of 1 action, a range of self, verbal and somatic components, and a duration of up to 10 minutes with concentration. The effect is when a creature that can see you loses line of sight of you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or forget you were present at all. While the spell lasts, you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks, and creatures have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks made to track or remember you. Verdant Oblivion was created by Thalen Rootquiet, a Firbolg druid who guided threats away from sacred groves without ever being noticed. Thalen believed violence invited more violence. When asked why no one remembered him, Thalen answered simply, "Then it worked." Firbolg elders still teach the spell sparingly. Loxodon, Ancestral Stillness. When you are large, the world expects you to move it. Loxodon magic is not about force, it is about refusal. The 5th edition spell mechanics are as follows. It is a 2nd level abjuration spell with a casting time of 1 action, a range of self, verbal and somatic components, and the duration is up to 1 minute with concentration. The effect is while the spell lasts, you have advantage on strength and constitution saving throws. You cannot be moved against your will or knocked prone. When you take damage, you may use your reaction to reduce that damage by an amount equal to your proficiency bonus plus your constitution modifier. Your movement speed is reduced by 10 feet while the spell persists. Ancestral Stillness was created by Elder Maru of the Long Memory, a Loxodon mediator during an era of constant border conflict. Maru observed that Loxodons were always expected to step aside. He stood unarmed between 2 advancing armies and did not move. The fighting ended from exhaustion, not victory. Loxodons teach the spell as a rite of leadership. Chapter 2. Power does not ask if you are ready for it. For the cultures in this chapter, magic was never optional. These spells are not reckless, they are careful. Each one answers the same question. What do you do when the world decides what you are before you decide for yourself? As this series continues, the magic will grow sharper, less restrained, less concerned with being understood. Because when inheritance becomes burden, some cultures endure it, others reshape it, and some decide it must be escaped entirely.